Picture yourself in the rugged Middle Eastern landscape. The year is 1942 and a group of Polish soldiers stumble upon a young orphaned bear cub. This isn't the start of a fanciful tale, but the beginning of an extraordinary true story. Our story centers around a group of soldiers from the 22nd Artillery Supply Company of the Polish II Corps. Far from their homeland, they were walking the dusty trails of Iran when they encountered a sight that was as heart-wrenching as it was unexpected. A tiny bear cub, alone and seemingly orphaned. The soldiers, far from home themselves, felt an immediate kinship with this little creature who was alone in the world, just as they were. They couldn't just leave him there. So they did what perhaps any group of homesick soldiers would do in such an unusual situation. They adopted the bear cub. They named him Wojtek, a name that means happy warrior in Polish. A fitting name for a bear who would soon become a symbol of resilience and camaraderie for soldiers so far from home. But this was no ordinary adoption. This bear wasn't just a pet or a mascot. He was a comrade, a fellow soldier, and he was treated as such. The soldiers shared their rations with him, even giving him beer, which he took a liking to, and teaching him to smoke cigarettes, a habit that, while shocking to us now, was common among soldiers of that time. And so Wojtek, the young bear cub, found himself living an existence far removed from what his life in the wild would have been. He was a bear, yes, but he was also a soldier. He was one of them. He was a part of their family, a beacon of hope and a source of laughter in a world that was often grim and unforgiving. And so, with a swig of beer and a nibble of a cigarette, Wojtek the bear became a part of the 22nd Artillery Supply Company of the Polish II Corps. His journey was just beginning, and his story would become a testament to the power of unexpected friendships and the indomitable spirit of survival. Within a short period of time, Wojtek became more than just a pet. He became a comrade. In the midst of the turmoil and tension of war, the soldiers found an unlikely source of comfort and camaraderie in Wojtek. As the bear cub grew, so did his bond with the men. He didn't just exist alongside them, he truly became part of the unit. It was as if Wojtek understood that these men were his family, his pack. Wojtek was not your average bear. He was playful, spirited, and had an uncanny knack for human-like behaviors. The men would often engage in friendly wrestling matches with him, a pastime Wojtek seemed to enjoy immensely. These weren't just games, but moments of levity and bonding that brought the unit closer together, with Wojtek at the heart of it all. And then there were Wojtek's more, let's say, refined tastes. He had a particular fondness for beer, and would often be seen enjoying a bottle or two with his comrades. It wasn't unusual to see the enormous brown bear casually sipping from a beer bottle, a sight that brought amusement and a sense of normalcy to the men amidst the chaos of war. Perhaps even more astonishing was Wojtek's love for cigarettes. No, he didn't smoke them, but he loved to eat them. Soldiers would toss him a cigarette and he would catch it deftly in his mouth. This unusual habit became a source of entertainment for the soldiers, and further cemented Wojtek's reputation as an extraordinary comrade. However, it wasn't just Wojtek's unusual habits or playful demeanor that endeared him to the men, it was his spirit, his resilience, and his loyalty. He was there with them, through the good times and the bad, sharing in their struggles and their triumphs. Wojtek was not just a bear, he was a soldier, and he was one of them. In 1943, the Polish II Corps faced a problem. They needed to move to Italy, but pets were not allowed on transport ships. This was a significant issue as their beloved comrade Wojtek was no ordinary pet. He was a Syrian brown bear, a bear they had adopted as a cub and raised as one of their own. The soldiers pondered their predicament, scratching their heads over the matter. They knew they couldn't leave Wojtek behind. He was more than just a bear. He was a symbol of hope, a beacon of camaraderie in the face of war. Then a spark of ingenuity flickered. They realized there was a loophole they could exploit. While pets were not allowed on transport ships, there was no rule against enlisted soldiers. A daring idea began to take shape. What if they enlisted Wojtek as a soldier? This wasn't a decision taken lightly. The soldiers knew the absurdity of the idea, but for them, it was a necessary absurdity. They couldn't bear to part ways with Wojtek, so they decided to go ahead with it. They officially enlisted Wojtek into the Polish army. He was given a rank, a serial number, his own paybook, and even a military tattoo. This was not a mere symbolic gesture. Wojtek was now a private, a full-fledged soldier of the Polish II Corps. This event was one of a kind in military history. It was not every day that a bear was enlisted as a soldier, but Wojtek was no ordinary bear. He was a friend, a comrade, a symbol of resilience. His enlistment was more than just a clever solution. It was a testament to the bond that the soldiers shared with Wojtek, a bond that was stronger than the shackles of war. The news of Wojtek's enlistment spread like wildfire. It brought a smile to the faces of weary soldiers and became a story that echoed through the ranks. And just like that, Private Wojtek the Bear was officially a part of the Polish army. The year is now 1944. The Polish II Corps, along with their bear soldier, are at the Battle of Monte Cassino. The setting is a rugged Italian landscape scarred by the horrors of World War II. The Polish II Corps stands defiant, ready to face the enemy. Among them, an unlikely sight, stands Wojtek, the bear, a soldier like no other. As the battle rages on, Wojtek is not merely a bystander. He is an active participant, a soldier carrying out his duties with as much diligence and courage as the men around him. The bear, adopted by the Polish soldiers, would soon become an emblem of their resilience and bravery. The Battle of Monte Cassino was a critical confrontation in the Italian campaign of World War II. It was a series of 4 assaults by the Allies against the Winter Line in Italy, held by the Germans and Italians. It was here that Wojtek would etch his name in the annals of history. Wojtek's primary role was to move crates of ammunition. These were no ordinary crates. They were heavy, weighing close to 50 kilograms each. The average man would struggle to lift such a weight, but Wojtek, with his bear strength, was able to carry these crates with relative ease. And he didn't just carry one crate at a time. No, he would often be seen carrying multiple crates all at once. But this wasn't what made Wojtek's contribution extraordinary. It was his willingness, his determination. He was not trained to do this task. He saw the men struggling with the weight, the stress of the situation, and he stepped in to help. He didn't need orders or incentives. He saw his comrades in need and he acted. His actions at the Battle of Monte Cassino were truly remarkable. He became a beacon of hope and a source of amusement for the soldiers. In the face of adversity, Wojtek was a reminder of the resilience of the human, and in this case, animal spirit. His presence and his actions uplifted the soldiers, giving them the strength to push forward, to continue the fight. Wojtek's role in the Battle of Monte Cassino was not just about moving ammunition. He embodied the spirit of the Polish II Corps. He was a symbol of their courage, their resilience, and their unyielding will to fight. His actions inspired the men around him, giving them the morale boost they so desperately needed in the face of the enemy. The Battle of Monte Cassino was a turning point in the war, and Wojtek was at the heart of it. He was not just a bear, he was a soldier, a comrade, a hero. He stood shoulder to shoulder with the men, sharing in their struggles, their victories, and their losses. Wojtek, the bear, had proven himself to be not only a soldier, but a war hero. His story is a testament to the extraordinary circumstances of war, and the remarkable individuals, man and beast alike, who rise to the occasion. When the war ended, Wojtek and his unit were relocated to Scotland. But what happens to a bear when there's no war to fight? Life after war for humans is often a time of reflection and healing, a time to return home and rebuild. But for Wojtek, the bear who had become a soldier, a comrade, and a symbol of resilience, the journey was a little different. The Polish 22nd Artillery Supply Company, now demobilized, found themselves in Winfield Camp, Scotland. And with them, of course, was Wojtek, the bear who had shared their trials and triumphs. In 1947, 2 years after the end of the Second World War, Wojtek was moved to Edinburgh Zoo. You could say that he was honorably discharged from his military duties, trading the battlefields for the tranquil environment of the zoo. But his connection with his Polish comrades did not end there. The soldiers who had fought alongside Wojtek visited him often. They would jump over the fence to wrestle with their old friend, reminiscing about the times they had shared. The bear would stand on his hind legs, a gesture of recognition and greeting whenever he heard the Polish language or saw a uniform. It was as if the bear remembered his days as a soldier, as a comrade. His story, unusual and inspiring, continued to capture the hearts of many. Visitors flocked to the zoo to see the soldier bear. Children listened wide-eyed to the stories of the bear who had carried ammunition, who had saluted and wrestled, and who had, in his own unique way, contributed to the war effort. And it wasn't just the visitors at the zoo who were captivated by Wojtek. His story reached people across the globe. Books were written, songs were sung, and statues were erected in his honor. From Iran, where he was found, to Scotland, where he lived out his post-war years, the impact of Wojtek's story was felt. The bear, who had once been a symbol of resilience in the face of war, became a symbol of hope in the aftermath. His story was a testament to the power of unlikely friendships and the bonds forged in the most challenging of circumstances. It was a reminder that even in the darkest times there can be moments of light, moments of camaraderie and unity. Wojtek's life after war may not have been filled with battles and artillery, but it was far from ordinary. He continued to inspire, to captivate, and to remind us of the extraordinary stories that can emerge from the most unlikely of places. Even in peace times, Wojtek remained a symbol of resilience and camaraderie. As we move forward in our journey, let's remember Wojtek, the bear who became a soldier, a friend, and an enduring symbol of resilience. Because sometimes it's the most unusual stories that leave the most lasting impact. Wojtek passed away in 1963, but his legacy continues to live on. His remarkable tale of bravery, camaraderie, and sheer animalistic charm has been etched into the annals of history, and his memory is kept alive in numerous ways. In the heart of Edinburgh, Scotland, a city that was once home to Wojtek, stands a bronze statue, a tribute to this extraordinary bear. The statue, depicting Wojtek and a Polish soldier in a friendly embrace, is a testament to the unique bond that was formed between man and beast. The inscription beneath the statue reads, "Wojtek, the soldier bear," a fitting tribute to a creature who was more than just a mascot, but a true comrade in arms. But Wojtek's memory isn't confined to a single statue. His story has inspired a plethora of books, each recounting the incredible journey of this enlisted bear. From children's books like Wojtek the Bear, Polish War Hero by Aileen Orr, to more scholarly works like Wojtek the Bear, Polish War Hero by Gary Paulin, the literature on Wojtek is vast and varied. Each book offers a unique perspective on Wojtek's life, shedding light on different facets of his personality and exploits. And then there are the documentaries. These visual narratives delve deep into Wojtek's life and legacy. One notable example is Wojtek, the bear that went to war. This documentary, peppered with interviews, archival footage, and dramatic reconstructions, brings Wojtek's story to life in a way that words on a page cannot. It's a poignant reminder of the bear who fought alongside humans, carried ammunition, and even enjoyed the occasional bottle of beer. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Wojtek's legacy is the impact his story has had on people around the world. Wojtek's tale, as bizarre as it may seem, resonates on a deeper level. It's a story that blurs the line between human and animal, war and peace, laughter and tears. It's a story that reminds us of the power of unexpected friendships and the strength that can be found in the most unlikely of places. And so, Wojtek's legacy lives on, not just in statues, books, and documentaries, but in the hearts and minds of those who hear his story. He has become a symbol of courage and camaraderie, a beacon of hope in the face of adversity, and a testament to the extraordinary bonds that can form even in the most dire of circumstances. In the end, Wojtek, the soldier bear, remains a testament to the extraordinary bonds that can form even in the most dire of circumstances. His story, as unique as it is inspiring, continues to captivate and inspire, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of history. From a young cub found in Iran to becoming a war hero, Wojtek's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. This unlikely soldier, a Syrian brown bear, would grow to become a symbol of resilience, courage, and camaraderie in the face of adversity. Wojtek's life began in the wild but took an unexpected turn when he was adopted by Polish soldiers during World War II. Despite his wild origins, Wojtek quickly adapted to his new life, developing a bond with the soldiers that went beyond the normal relationship between man and beast. This camaraderie was forged in the heat of battle and solidified in the trenches. Wojtek's enlistment in the Polish army was not merely a symbolic act. He performed tasks that were critical to the war effort. He carried ammunition in the Battle of Monte Cassino, a major engagement that helped the Allies break the German line in Italy. Despite the danger, Wojtek worked tirelessly alongside his fellow soldiers, demonstrating a level of bravery and dedication that won him the admiration of all who knew him. After the war, Wojtek's story did not end. He lived out his days in a zoo in Scotland, where he continued to touch the lives of those who heard his story. His legacy lives on in the form of statues, books, and films that continue to inspire and captivate audiences. In Wojtek, we see the power of unconventional friendships. His story reminds us that even in the harshest conditions, bonds can be formed that transcend species. Wojtek was more than just a bear. He was a comrade, a helper, a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. In the grand tapestry of history, it's easy to overlook the contributions of those who don't fit the traditional mold of a hero. But Wojtek's story serves as a poignant reminder that heroism comes in many forms, often from the unlikeliest of places. Wojtek's story serves as a reminder that sometimes history's most compelling tales come from the unlikeliest of heroes.